bow to the king. That's right, bow to the king. Bow to the king. That's right, bow to the king.
Welcome to the Impact Kingdom. Today we're going to be unboxing the Astrhori 28mm probe lens, f13 I believe it is. That cinematic lens where you can run it through glass, through the lens of a glass, run it through a can. When you're pouring cereal, you can kind of get through it and then see how the cereal pours cinematically. I got this because I'm going to be doing a shoot, trying some things out and see what it looks like, what it feels like. Now there is another lens, the Laowa I think it's called, and I think that's at like a 14mm. This is 28 f13. The Laowa is a little bit different, more expensive, of course. Astrhori, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not being paid to do this or anything like that. The lens was just cheaper. I think it's like 700. The other one's like 1500. It's a little bit different. And again, these are where you can get those cinematic shots where it moves through a soda can, across the surface of a product, or even glide through those tiny little spaces like a donut hole. This is the kind of lens that makes the magic happen. So let's crack this thing open, man, and get right into it. All right, let's see what we got here. Nice little box. Let's open him up. Toss that off to the side. Looks like that's gonna be that. Looks like it comes with a nice little case right here. The Astrhori, as you can see, 28mm f13 macro. Beautiful case though. The case is nice and sleek. I don't know what the other ones looks. Actually, I do know what the other one looks like. The other one has a nice case too, because I've rented that one before for a shoot when we did something with some mushrooms and a company that was making coffee or something like that out of mushroom coffee, and we ended up using that lens for that. But nice little plastic case and whatnot, and it comes in about $700 or so, right? A little less wider than the Laowa optics. Again, way better in terms of pricing, in my opinion. So, all right, let's open it up. Here we have our pamphlet, whatnot. A lot of it's in Chinese, which I don't read. Actually, I do read, and I may even do this video in Chinese.
其实我确实会读书，而且我甚至可能用中文来做这个视频，让你们看看。
Little pouches. I'm assuming this is gonna be, okay, so it's like a long sock piece that you could probably put the lens in. We have this beautiful piece also as well for that. I don't know what it is, like a lock. It looks like it's like a lock. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I'm assuming, yeah, it is a lock. It says lock right there on it, as you can kind of see. This is actually the cable that I read about. It's a probe and it needs a light. Without the light, then you have a dark shot. That aperture being f28, that's pretty high, like I said. So at the end of the day, you're definitely gonna need a light. And so this is what that cord is for. This cable will be for your lighting on your lens. Wow, so this is the bottom piece. Focus ring feels pretty nice and solid. Very cine style, very cine style, like heavy enough, feels pretty good. And like I said, the competitor being the Laowa optics, the more popular brand, and so far it is a good lens too, but this one feels just the same. So no difference really, and I like that because you can't really tell the difference. So anyways, that lock that we have here, looks like they gave me a second one of these. So I'm assuming I see what it is. So it's basically to cover the lens. That's kind of what it looks like on the inside. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the inside of it. Let's put that back on. We're gonna test this. We'll be back right after these messages.
Hello, Kingdom. If you're out there, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video.
What makes it look so different from your regular glass? It can really keep a focus at a very tight space. If you're trying to get inside of a cereal box and really show that perspective, I mean, it's amazing. That's what this type of lens is for. Like I said, it really gets in there in those tight areas, tight spots, and you guys are gonna see because I'm gonna demonstrate. And there's this piece right here. That's gonna be your attachment to the EF mount, because all my glass is EF. The protective foam case is really nice. But what I love already, they didn't overdo it. The packaging is compact, practical, and ready to use. So look at how long and slim this thing is. This is 28mm with a fixed aperture of f13. You're not gonna get a lot of light, like I said. That's expected with any probe lens, really. So the design is all about letting you get into shots where normal lenses can't go. Detail is great, and here's the end of it. The build quality right away, it feels solid, not flimsy, metal construction, nice finishing, and of course you've got that tiny glass. Looks like it belongs on a sci-fi movie. So we're gonna test this thing out. We're gonna see exactly how it works. It's thin, so this is why you can stick it in the bottles, across textures, into spaces that you would never be able to get a DSLR lens into. Again, I don't know anybody else that makes probe lenses. These are the only two that I've seen. Actually, no, let me say that. DZO makes a probe lens too. Theirs is like $3 grand. I don't see me paying anything close to that. I haven't seen it in action yet. We're gonna put it through a test and I'm gonna show you guys that. 28mm focal length, f13 aperture, close focus capabilities. You can get right on top of your subject, designed for macro video and product shots. It isn't a low light monster, but that's okay. Because it's not a low light monster, you're gonna need a lot of light. The trade-off is that you can get amazing shots if you use this lens correctly. And honestly, the creative possibilities are endless. Imagine sliding through the pages of a book, crawling across a brand new pair of tennis shoes, Chuck Taylors, of course, and pushing right up to burger or pizza or across the pepperoni and cheese in a cinematic fashion. That's what this lens can do. So in case you guys don't know, this is where storytelling, visuals turn to magic. Let's take a look at it and see exactly what it can do. So that's the unboxing and first impression of the Astrhori 28mm f13 probe lens. It's all that's in the box, by the way. If you're in the content game, this lens will up your value. Product shots, cinematic storytelling, etc. Not your ordinary lens, like I said, it's a storytelling lens, it's a tool. Over the next few weeks, I'll be testing it in some crazy ways. Creative product, B-roll, to maybe even some food shots. So stick around because you're about to see this right here in the Impact Kingdom. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to join the Impact Kingdom. Let me know in the comments what crazy shots you'd like to see me try with this lens. Impact King reminding you, don't just create, create with impact. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.